Man, oh man. Man, oh man. What a day. What a night. What a life. 3 for 3, we up. 3 for 3, we up. 3 for 3, we up. Yeah, this is live, Monique. This is live, Monique. We 3 for 3, we up. 3 for 3, we up. We up in here. We up in here. Wait, hold on. New music. What's mom's name again? What's mom's name? I want to wish moms a happy birthday. What's her name again? I was so upset with myself because as soon as I ended the stream the last time, I could still see comments coming in. And then I saw that comment and I was so upset. But drop her name so I could give her a shout out. Boy. We gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna say too much right now, but we gonna get into it. All right, boom, check it out. Boom, check it out. Look. Hold on. You know, this is very special music. But we gotta give a big happy birthday to Mama Jenny. 48 years young. That's a blessing. Happy belated. I know we missed it yesterday, but that's a blessing. I'm just praying peace. I'm praying healing. I'm praying clarity. And I'm just praying that you have an amazing belated birthday. And I apologize for missing it. All right. Yo. I'm trying to figure out where to even begin here. Okay, the reason why I was late, number one, I was doing a lot of research on these topics. There's this one story out of Ventura County. It's in the title. And I had to look into it quite a bit. And then that kind of set me back. And then I was looking into the Kanye stuff quite a bit. And then that kind of set me back. And then I was sipping this coffee. And I'm not going to lie to you, the coffee hit at the wrong moment. And I had to do what I had to do. I ain't finna explain myself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be like that. Anyway, let's see how we want to kick this off. I think we should probably start with the Kanye stuff because it is top of mind because I was just looking at it. So let's start with the Kanye stuff, I guess. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. Let me pull this up here. How's everybody doing though? The He Is Pod. We're working on the He Is Pod. It's cream. It's the cream in the coffee. It's oat milk though. It's oat milk. It's oat milk. It ain't the cream. So He Is Podcast. We're working on the He Is Podcast. We're trying to finalize a guest for the He Is Podcast. And hopefully that will be the first of many guests that we start having on the He Is Podcast. But we're working on the He Is Podcast as we speak. I think we'll probably do another episode in between that though. Shoot. I'm down to do something even like today. I'll hit up Elliot and see what he's thinking. But we are working on a guest for the podcast. But hold on, you distracted me. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. Here we go. Let me pull this up. Okay. Cut the music. Let's get serious. Cut the music. Cut the music. Y'all ready? Let's get into some stuff. Y'all been seeing what's going on with Kanye and stuff. I wasn't paying too much attention to it, and then yesterday he just exploded, and I was like, yo, is dude okay? And then I started paying attention to it, and then I started looking into it a little bit deeper, and I seen a whole bunch of different items. So let's start here. Kanye West, obviously, y'all have been seeing the tweets. You've been seeing what he's been saying, right? And I want to go through all of the tweets because I don't think his X page is up anymore at the moment. It might be. I don't know. They keep taking it down and putting it back up and taking it down, putting it back up. I'm going to go through the tweets. I have the tweets that were posted, that were deleted. So I'm going to go through the tweets. And I'm going to try to tell this story and kind of give you some context and give you my opinion the best that I can. Also, I don't normally say this, and I'm honestly very hesitant to say this. So I say this with great caution, but I do have a word from God for Kanye. I do. Once again, I don't normally say stuff like that. But the way that this happened, I'm very confident that I do have a word from God. So I'm going to share that with you towards the end of this segment. But first things first. So I had to go on to Academics TV. Hold on one second. Let me change the transition here. I need my actual transition. There we go. So I had to go on X. I had to go on Academics channel in order to find all these tweets and whatnot, because he was taking screenshots and he was saving all this stuff. So this is kind of where the recent stuff started. Kind of. There was some more stuff that was said before this, but this seems to be like the tipping point that kind of set everything off for Kanye. Because obviously, if you haven't noticed, Kanye seems to be that type of person that he holds a lot of stuff in, it seems like. And he holds so much stuff in that at a certain point, if the wrong thing is said or if the wrong thing happens, he just goes crazy and just gives you everything that he has been holding in. And I think this was the thing that kind of set it off as of recent. So Playboy Cardi, right? He just dropped an album. And a lot of people are excited about it. I, for one, think it's demonic, but you know, a lot of people are excited about it. He has a lot of devoted fans, right? Playboy Cardi says something very interesting. He said to Kim Kardashian that he wanted his niece, North, to send him a song to be a part of the album. Now, Kanye obviously got wind of this and saw these tweets or saw the message, however it took place, right? And Kanye had a few words, right? So Kanye said, I decided North won't be doing any songs with Cardi. How it looked for me to get left off the album. So he's talking about getting left off of Cardi's album. And then he asked Kim to have vocals from my daughter. I don't give a F about none of this industry stuff and how it's a Skims line in the first place. And I don't give a F what no comments. The man has the first and final say over his kids. So I think he's talking about he has first and final say over his kids, right? And then he continues. Hold on 1 second. X want to act funny today. Here we go. And then he continued and he said this. He said, I held my tongue. This is this one right here. I held my tongue about not being on Cardi album. Him going to my ex to ask my daughter to be on a song 2 days later was too far. Nobody finna play with me. And then he said some other stuff in reference to that, but I'm not going to read it. And then after that, he tweeted this. He said, so Kim got the name and likeness over my black children. So a white woman has control over the name and likeness of my black children. And then speaks to Cardi about putting my daughter on a song with him. These dumb celebrities be trying to play with me in my face. And then he kind of shifts gears and kind of goes in a completely different direction. And this is what I'm saying. When he gets set off, everything just kind of starts to come out, right? He said, Cassie came to Puff and said, give me 30 mil or I'm going to release a tell-all book. So now he's talking about Diddy. He said, that looks like extortion to me. And then he questions, so Cassie and extort Puff. And then he says some other stuff down here that you can read if you want to. I'm not going to read it, but you can read that if you want to. Now, at this point, I'm not sure if this is the exact timeline, but there was a video that came out. And at first I thought this was AI. Because I can't be telling the difference between AI and reality. Like, the lines are getting blurry. But this is indeed a real conversation that took place between Diddy and Kanye on the phone. So Diddy obviously is in jail. Kanye or Diddy called him. I don't know how it worked out. But they have a very interesting conversation. They talk about God. They talk about faith. They talk about a lot of different stuff. And Diddy essentially is encouraging Kanye. And Diddy also tells Kanye that he's pretty much the only person that he has right now. I want to play this conversation.
Tell you the real from the front line. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, wicked, wicked. So you be careful.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing if they, you know what I'm saying? I need you out there, you feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, have some fucking fun.
Yeah.
Not having no fun and then get behind the mic, have some fun, chop up them samples, get back on your hitman vibe.
Yeah.
Have some fun, get back to smiling.
Yeah.
These other motherfuckers, they'll waste your time, big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Waste your
understand.
motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? So put that love in your heart, man, and enjoy yourself, man. When I get out there, man, I'm gonna see you tear down the stadiums. I need to see you back on that stage and actually rapping and performing and everything. I be dreaming of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time. It's time for me to just grab the mic and get back on. It's like I love music again. It was a time when it's just like everything was so frustrating. I can't explain it, but yeah.
Jump into your bag, man. Jump into your bag. We're gonna have years and decades to fight these motherfuckers. Right now, enjoy your life. This is coming from me, from God to you.
Right.
Enjoy your life. Fall back in love, like when you was making the beats in the shop, and coming up to Daddy's house and motherfucking.
He said this is coming. Diddy said, I think what he was trying to say was this is coming from God to me to you. But he said this is coming from me to God to you, to Kanye.
Rock studio and just chop them shits up, bring that SP 1200 out, nigga, the MPC, nigga, and have a good time and say the world and all the bullshit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I love you, man. I appreciate you. And thanks again. And I'm gonna see you soon, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna be. You gonna definitely beat this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it, and that's all, baby. But I'm gonna make sure I call you back or something. It'd be good to hear your voice again. I got like 59 more days before trial, so I'll definitely be touching in to tap into your energy or something.
Yeah.
Play me some shit over the phone, give me some fucking life. This is fucking sad. I Puff Daddy in jail. This shit is fucking sad as a motherfucker.
That shit insane.
The devil is a liar. Word up, big.
Coming out though.
Yeah, man. But I love you once again, man. I'm gonna let y'all go and get back to some fun, man. I don't want to bring your vibration down.
Never.
Keep it in a high frequency, man. And you keep doing everything you're doing, man. You got that fucking freedom. And when I get out and I get that fucking freedom, whew,
Right.
I am not caring about nothing but motherfucking being happy. And I want you to feel that.
Yeah.
I want y'all to have that for yourselves, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's it.
So I know now.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for just taking care of my kids, man. Because ain't nobody reach out to them. Ain't nobody call them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? And that meant so much. You know what I'm saying? That you reached out to them and took them under your wing while I'm in this life, man. And I appreciate you. Word up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I love you so much, man. It's like you raised me even when I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel the love, yeah, for real. I feel the love, for real. It means so much to me. This right here is crazy. You be careful out there because they definitely trying to end us, you feel me?
Yeah.
They can't do it. They can't do it and they ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to beat this shit and get next to you.
Yeah.
We're going to raise our families and become the kings that we're supposed to be, you feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But words can't explain how much it means to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like being left for dead, B, and only one person coming to do anything to get you. And that's the level of appreciation that I have to you. But just like taking care of my son, that's some like next level big brother shit, B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to do that. It was taking my son and like, damn, nigga, coming a big brother father figure to him means a lot, you know?
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, they out there with no parent and shit, man. These people trying to rock me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the way you are as a father, man, it's just like I look up to the relationship that y'all got. You know, just even I just always love the way the connection y'all had, or this connection you got.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you helping to give them the love that they need. Just like it just means so much, bro. For real. When I see you to your face, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to hug you and thank you and show you for the rest of your life how much you appreciate it and always be there for you.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. But I just feel like as a community, like we got to take the responsibility to, just for us, just all us. It's like we a family. Everybody has been taken in by this fame, media, music, everything. Go Doug.
Yeah, I thought we was all family, man. I really thought that, you know what I'm saying? Right now, you're the only family I got. You're the only family I see. You feel me?
Yeah.
I done always spoke up for everybody, you know? And, I ain't bitter or nothing. I'm just telling you how it is because you're the only one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the only one that came to get me, that's all I can do is say, like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time everybody try to attack us, I'm always riding. And you're the only person that spoke up, man, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot was said there. Essentially, Diddy was encouraging Kanye. It sounded like Diddy was trying to say, this is from God to me to you, but he said it backwards. But he was encouraging Kanye to be positive, to be happy, to continue doing or get back to doing what he loves. He also said something very interesting. Diddy said that, it's crazy that Puff Daddy, talking about himself in the third person, is behind bars. And he said the devil is a liar, which was very, very interesting. Ye said this. This past 5 weeks have been the first time I haven't wanted to delete myself since my mama died. People ask if I'm okay. I felt like I never made it. I felt like it never made it. My mom would still be alive. I think what he's trying to say is that he feels like if he never made it, then his mom would still be alive. He said he thought about deleting himself at least once a month ever since his mom was killed in surgery. And then he says, I always blame myself. And then he goes on kind of like a rant about Drake. He goes on a rant about Kendrick Lamar. Top 5, which is, somebody who is allegedly associated with Drake. He's known to be, kind of like a shooter type of individual, somebody who, puts in work and whatnot. He kind of had a back and forth with Top 5. Top 5 allegedly is, threatening to harm Kanye and things of that nature. And then he kind of continues talking about Kendrick Lamar. And then he said this, which got a lot of people talking. He said, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're the R word, retard. I can't say it. But you know what I'm trying to say. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having children is a choice. And then he also goes on to say this. I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. So that's what he said after that. And then he also tweeted this, which I'm not going to read, but y'all can read that. That came shortly after. Y'all can read that if you wish. And then he also tweeted this about Cardi, going back to the, original beef with Cardi. He said, only thing Cardi can say to me is, I'm sorry. And then he was talking about how he shouldn't have been, contacting Kim Kardashian, trying to get North on a song. Y'all can read that if you want to. And then he posted this, which was very interesting. Speaking on Jay-Z, he said, plus, I don't want the Jews getting credit for my murder. I know it's going to hurt Jay-Z to kill me, but somebody's got to do it. I know Jay-Z is driving around like, dang, I have to kill Kanye. He also said, I love Jay-Z and I do feel bad. I always felt like the black sheep, like I wanted family in this music stuff. I'd run on stages thinking I was doing the right thing and would always be a slight Hove not coming to my first wedding. So I guess he's saying Jay-Z didn't come to his first wedding. Him putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl over me, or even us never being invited to stuff, taking jabs about my red hat on Donda. I felt like both him and his wife could have helped me have more leverage with my kids. They could have used their cultural position to not just watch the Kardashians run over me. Stuff hurts. So F them both. Because when I needed them, it was F me. He also said this. Once again, I'm not going to read it. You can read it. I'll give you a second to read it if you'd like to read it. I'm not going to read it. Y'all could pause if you need to pause the video if you want to read it. He goes on to say that he stopped expecting loyalty. He speaks on Cassie some more about her potential involvement, allegedly. And then he puts a list of everybody, and this is actually a video where he's speaking. I'm not going to play the video because just the language is too crazy. I can't play the video, but he puts a list of people that he feels has betrayed him. So Virgil, John Legend, Kim Kardashian, Trav, Cardi, Big Sean, Jay-Z, Ty, I think Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Durk, Common, Cudi, Pusha T, John C, or Don C, Amber Rose, I think, the Kardashians, Adidas, Balenciaga. He said, my own kids. At the beginning of the tweet, he says, I am in pain that no person can fix. The betrayal lists all the names. He says, my own kids, my own family, the Black community, and of course the Jews. I'm in pain. I bled for everyone here. He also posted another video. I'm not going to play it, but he's essentially talking about the media and how he's tired of, being portrayed in a certain way in the media. And then he posted these, which I believe are actual images that he posted that have been censored. But he said this. He said, pictures like this of my children, and then there's an image down below that has been censored. Pictures like this of my children placed inside their phones. This was his son's screensaver, his son, Shy. I am 100% convinced that my children are in a sex trafficking ring. And then he says, the grandmother signed for the sex tape. Let me expand this. He says, this is one of my daughters. And then he, puts the post down below. It's been censored. This is one of my daughters that I have no rights to raise and never see. Like when I wasn't allowed to go to the birthday party. So yes, I want it to DIE. And he said, and watch, I show you this picture and y'all not gonna believe me. He also said this about his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, that she is a sex trafficker. He said, I don't like that Twigs, which I don't know who Twigs is. I think Twigs is a person. I don't like that Twigs has my daughter in her video dressing all grown. I would have expected more from Twigs. It's F all y'all. My soul is black. My soul is black. And watch y'all don't believe me and just say I'm crazy. Then he also said the Kardashians are sex workers. And they sex traffic all of the Black children they strategically produce. Then he posted this. Let me find it. He posted this. He said, "It's time now they really have to eliminate me. As a father, I will no longer distract myself from my responsibility to truly and actually protect my actual children. It's go time and get full custody, which will me taking them out of the hands of Disney, Sierra Canyon, pawn celebrity parents and the Kardashian clan and Mama Chris, who signed the SEX tape. I'm not the crazy one here. I'm their father. I'm not controlling what they watch, what they wear, and where they go to school." And then this is a message thread that he posted, an iMessage thread. I don't know who he's talking to, but he said, "I'm meeting with the detective we found before. He is not on the KKK Kardashian payroll." And then whoever he's talking to responded with, "Let's go, it's time." And then he said, I don't know who's who in this conversation. And then, person A and person B. Person A says, "Would you be open to sitting with him and being interviewed about what you saw?" Person B says yes. Person A says, "Okay, thank you, sir. I will be back with you on this ASAP." Person B says, "Thank you." Person A says, "Yes, sir." He also posted this. Once again, I'm not going to read the entire thing. The part that stood out to me is he said, "This Cardi stuff is the final heartbreak I can deal with. Cardi, if North was your niece, you wouldn't let her get trafficked. All this stuff is about clout for y'all. These are my real kids." And then he posted this video, which I will play this video. There's still some language in here, but he's explaining why he stands by Diddy. All right, let's play it.
So let me explain to you why I stand by Puff. When I went against Adidas got my bank to freeze my accounts right before tax time. From the way I understand that, you evade taxes, you can go to prison. So I believe Adidas tried to put me in prison for not abiding by their contract. So watch this. Puff sues Diageo. A hotel video from 10 years earlier is put out. Now people don't like Puff. And then Diageo, they go in with the most insane media takedown I've ever seen, all the way to not just the media, but not allowing a person to get bond for $50 million. There's people with actual murders that are at home on bond and not a $50 million bond, right? So there's something that just feels like it's a public lynching. And it also feels like there's something where they try to do the same thing to me. And that's my stance on that.
So that's why he is deciding to defend Diddy. He said Adidas froze his accounts during tax time, trying to get him thrown in jail. And he feels like the same thing is happening here with Diddy in terms of this public lynching idea. Now, this was most recent. This was just posted 4 hours ago. Well, at least ADMITS just posted this 4 hours ago. And it says, Ye gives an update and explains his thoughts behind the tweets.
Yo, this whole time I've been tweeting for the past 5 weeks. I've just been expressing myself. And now, it's been very therapeutic. I never really realized the amount of times that I've been crossed. Like, say John Legend, for instance, like I definitely changed his life, you know, brought him up, all that. And, you know, he just went against me because I like Trump. It was nothing against him. But he became a very vocal person against me. Like, I can't be his friend anymore. It's like, first of all, like, bro, I put you on. Like, everyone was so, you know, I just didn't appreciate it. And I just deal with that and get to a happy place. But something about the Cardi shit that was triggering me, just like how Trav and put me on the album. But then I understand it because I'm saying about the Jewish shit. But then it's like when he brought my daughter into it and was talking to this woman that does all of this evil shit right in front of everybody's face, everybody knows it's happening. So like I feel like I'm being gaslit. None of these celebrities never say no, but they'll say something about my hat. You know what I mean? It's just like that just hit me in a different place, and it was too basic. You know what I mean? I know he just happy about his album, and maybe he thought that was lit, or maybe he thought I would like it as something. I know he didn't know I wouldn't like the Skims bar, but it just really triggered a lot of things. It pulled things together between the idea of celebrity and family, and just that dichotomy that I've been fighting, like when I was in the Kardashian land, and then really traveling the world, moving to Japan to like not have to see it, because I'm the type of person, if I see it, I'm gonna want to fix it, I'm gonna change, I want to speak up and say something for my kids. So I think I did things, I was doing things, to lash out at God, like, God forgot about me. And people think, when you get money, you're not allowed to have issues. But people with money, it's such a slap in the face to be able to get all that money and still not have say so on when your kids go to school, or when you see them, or what their content is, what they're watching, right? And then, so I did all this, and I put up the photo that's very disturbing, of my daughter, my youngest daughter, and it's all kinds of other photos like that. And I know when I put that up that they were gonna come for me for real. And that's when I got knocks on my door and familiar faces, saying, hey, maybe you should come to a retreat. Like a retreat, I don't even, what's it look like aesthetically? It's just a retreat. Come to find out it was a hospital. So that's what happened like a couple hours ago.
So he said a couple hours ago they tried to put him into a hospital. The thing that, and I saw some of your comments. Somebody said God doesn't forget. He does forgive, though. He does forgive. He doesn't forget, but he does forgive. He does forgive. The thing that was interesting about that specific clip was he said he was doing things to lash out at God. And, he's been very public, and, I think the most of us who are watching this, and I'm sure there's going to be some people who watch this who are not believers, but, most of us who are watching this are believers. And, we've kind of seen Kanye's public wrestle with his faith and with God. We've seen him from the Sunday service stuff. We've seen him say like, hey, I'm no longer going to cuss in my music. I'm no longer going to talk about secular stuff. I'm only going to make music to glorify God. We've seen him say that and then turn around and do the exact opposite. We've seen him say that God wasn't answering his prayers, and essentially, therefore, he pretty much is done. And now we see him at a point where clearly there's a lot going on. And I'm not here to speak about the validity of anything that he said, because I don't know what is true and what's not true based on what he said. You know what I mean? But I do want to talk about the current status of his heart. Because I do think he's under some sort of possession. I do. And I don't know if it's drugs, and this is just me just speculating. I don't know. I don't know if he's taking something. I don't know if he's on something. But I think he's definitely being influenced by something, obviously, that is not of God. But I think it's very interesting that he said that he was specifically doing things to lash out at God. Leads me to this. Last night, I was kind of looking through this story. I was falling asleep on the couch. I was on his couch. I was falling asleep. I was kind of, looking at these stories, kind of reading some of these tweets and whatnot. And, in my head, I'm kind of already thinking about verses, and I'm kind of already thinking about kind of what I want to say from like a biblical standpoint when it comes to this story. I'm kind of already thinking about that. But I kind of put it in the background because I'm tired and I'm about to fall asleep, right? So I'm on the couch, literally about to knock out. I turn all the Kanye stuff off because it's just too much. It's just too crazy. And I go to YouTube, and I have this like a couple channels that I like on YouTube where they play the Bible. So it's like the audio Bible, right? But they put some like, soothing music behind it. It's just I just like to listen to it, as I'm like falling asleep, and just pray and worship in those moments as I'm falling asleep type stuff. Anyway, I turn it on and it goes to this right here, which I thought was extremely interesting. It goes to Psalm 25. So this is playing as I'm like falling asleep just after I kind of got out of all this Kanye craziness. And this is playing in my ear. It says, "Teach me your paths of David. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. O my God, in you I trust. Let me not be put to shame. Let not my enemies exalt over me. Indeed, none who wait for you shall be put to shame. They shall be ashamed who are wantonly treacherous. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all the day long. Remember your mercy, O Lord, and your steadfast love, for they have been from of old. Remember not the sins of my youth or my transgressions. According to your steadfast love, remember me, for the sake of your goodness, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore he instructs sinners in the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches the humble his way. All the paths of the Lord are steadfast love and faithfulness for those who keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, O Lord, pardon my guilt, for it is great. Who is the man who fears the Lord? Him will he instruct in the way that he should choose. His soul shall abide in well-being, and his offspring shall inherit the land. The friendship of the Lord is for those who fear him, and he makes known to them his covenant. My eyes are ever toward the Lord, for he will pluck my feet out of the net. Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Bring me out of my distress. Consider my affliction and my trouble, and forgive all my sins. Consider how many are my foes, and with what violent hatred they hate me. O guard my soul and deliver me. Let me not be put to shame, for I take refuge in you. May integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait for you. Redeem Israel, O God, out of all his troubles. So I'm sitting there, and this just starts playing. And I just start thinking about all the Kanye stuff, all the stuff that we just talked about, right? And, I know he said that he walked away from God. I know he said that, God wasn't hearing his prayers and things like that. But as I said, we serve a God who can forgive. But we have to turn away from our wickedness. We have to turn away from our sin. We have to turn away from what we believe is the right path to handle certain situations. We have to turn away from that. And we have to trust on God fully and completely. We have to be honest with God with our own shortcomings. We have to be honest with God with our own sin. And we have to ask him for forgiveness. We have to ask him to guard our heart. We have to ask him for deliverance. Verse 16, turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Bring me out of my distress. Consider my affliction and my trouble, and forgive all my sins. I'm not going to sit here and even try to begin to wrap my head around what he's going through, because number one, we know that the industry is demonic, right? We know that there's spiritual elements involved in that industry that he willingly wanted to participate in. He wanted to be a part of that industry, right? He wanted to be a part of that. And he's a part of it. And now he's going through everything that comes with it, the spiritual warfare. And instead of taking these things to God, he's taking it upon himself. He's taking it to the world. He's taking it to drugs. He's taking it to substances. He's taking it to social media. He's taking it to everything but God in an effort to lash out against God, the only one who can truly save him. His heart is in a very dark place. And I just pray that he's delivered from whatever is going on, that he comes out of that. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear any of that. Y'all don't want to hear any of that. I know, I feel like a lot of y'all are probably done, with all this Kanye drama and whatnot. And to be honest with you, I kind of am too, because it's so exhausting. And it seems like it's just a never ending cycle of doing the same stuff and expecting different results. Anyway, that's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know. There's a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of different avenues. It also hurt me too when he listed all the people who have betrayed him. He put his own kids on there. It's like, dang, bro, you put your own kids on that list? I don't think he's completely crazy. But obviously, he's not aligned with the will of God. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we can end it there. We can end it there. Okay. Man. Okay, let's go to this story. We'll go to the city council story. The mayor of Ventura very clearly said, do not pray. That's what she said. And we have a lot to talk about with that story. I saw a super chat. Let's go to super chat real quick. Real quick. Shout out to Levon. Levon Peanut Williams. Levon says, hey, Nick, I'm a truck driver from Connecticut. I catch your streams all the time while I drive the overnight shift. First time catching it live today. God bless. Yo, thank you, Levon. Shout out to you. My dad's a truck driver. Tough job. Very tough job. Shout out to you. I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying that you stay safe. I'm praying that you stay awake. I don't know how y'all be driving trucks. Especially doing the overnight. Like, you know, my dad be waking up like 3, 4 in the morning and then be going and driving. I'm like, yo, how do you not fall asleep? Because sometimes I be seeing you sit on the couch and you fall asleep in like a minute and a half. So how are you driving this distance and not falling asleep? So listen, I pray for you. I pray that you are energized. I pray that you're focused. And I just pray blessings over you, Levon, because that's a tough job and I respect it. But you grinding, you working hard for your family. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Let me open up this headline here. Oh, let me get my notes. Where are my notes? I think they're over here. Let me get my notes. This is how prepared I am. I have notes. When's the last time you heard me say, let me get my notes? Let me get my notes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And let's pull those up too. Ventura. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start in a few different places here. Let me pull this up. 128.27. Okay. 128.17. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even think I can show that. Hold on. I can't even show that. So just for a quick context before we get into the segment, Ventura County, they had a town hall meeting on, when was it? I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was, let me find the date. March 18th, 2 days ago, right? So they had a town hall meeting 2 days ago, March 18th. The primary topic that they were talking about was the care policy. Now, the care policy is essentially, they say the purpose is to protect reproductive rights, immigrants, and gender diverse individuals. All right. So they had a whole bunch of people come to this meeting and things got very crazy here. I saved this section on my notes. I don't know if I can show it though, because he pulls out he has a picture of a child that was aborted. I don't think I can show that. They're not going to like that very much on YouTube. Maybe I can play it without showing it. Maybe I can play it without showing it. Some way, somehow. Let me see if I can pull this off. Okay. I think I can do that. Okay, let's get to it. All right, y'all. Ventura County Mayor said not to pray. Word for word, bar for bar. That's what she said. It's a crazy time to be alive. Now, March 18th, Ventura County had a meeting, town hall meeting, and they were talking about the CARE policy. Now, this is a policy that they're trying to get passed. And just for quick context, I know I just read this, but here's the purpose of the CARE policy. Now, this is from my notes. I was taking notes, all right? To protect reproductive rights, immigrants, gender diverse individuals, and all Ventura residents from restrictive laws, right? There's some key provisions, just real quick before I play this, and then you'll understand why people are still worked up when you see these clips. Some key provisions, right? From a reproductive rights standpoint, it ensures that local law enforcement does not assist in the enforcement of anti-abortion laws from other states. It provides immunity for healthcare workers who provide reproductive services within Ventura. It also declares that Ventura will not use city resources to track or report people seeking reproductive healthcare, abortions, right? That's section A. Section B, and this is all clumped into one, into one proposal. Section B is about immigration. Now, this would expand on California's sanctuary state laws. It would prohibit Ventura's local agencies from cooperating with ICE. So this would prohibit Ventura local agencies from cooperating with ICE and would essentially make Ventura a sanctuary location. Section C. Section C is LGBTQ plus and gender diversity protections. Once again, this is all combined into one proposal. It affirms that gender diverse individuals are protected under Ventura's policies. It protects transgender healthcare access, including the right to seek gender affirming care without interference. Establishes legal immunity for Ventura residents seeking or providing gender affirming care. So immunity, legal immunity. And this is also in the case that a child is seeking gender affirming care. The provider has immunity no matter what happens. No matter what happens. All right. That's just a little bit of this. If approved, I'm going to get to the clips in a second, but if approved, Ventura would become one of the most progressive cities in California. I live in California. California is already extremely progressive. It's extremely progressive. But they would become one of the most progressive cities in California in terms of protecting reproductive rights, immigrants, and LGBTQ. Local police and city officials would be restricted from assisting in federal enforcement actions that contradict the policy's protections. You have a little bit of background, right? Now we're going to go to the first clip. Now remember what I said. It's going to look a little weird because I had to zoom it in. All right? But let me play this first clip. Hopefully it sounds okay.
Hello. Mr. Please.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Let me reduce the speed. It's like 3 hours. Wait, no. This is a 5-hour long meeting. So I was watching this meeting on double speed. So let me put it back to normal. Okay, here we go.
You're obstructing the view from those sitting behind you. If I could please have you to bring.
So he has a sign with an unborn child. It's. You could imagine what's on that sign. And the mayor said essentially to put it down because the view is being obstructed.
The sign down. Thank you. Yeah, I know everyone's very passionate about this, and I want to be respectful of
Okay. I showed too much.
everyone. I want to make sure that everyone feels heard. So please, I get it. So if you could just please. Thank you. You may proceed. Thank you.
And like I said, that position has been given to.
1 second. I went too far. You got to hear what he said first. Here he is.
My name is Edgar Alvarez. I'm a survivor of the abortion Holocaust. As my colleagues came and showed you guys, and I saw you guys move your heads down, these are hard images to see. But this is exactly what you guys want to bring and safeguard in your city. And I want to remind you that you guys have been given this position of leadership by God, by a righteous and holy God. And you guys will stand on the day of judgment and give an account.
Hello, Mr. Please, you're obstructing the view from those sitting behind you. If I could please have you to bring the sign down. Thank you. Yeah, I know everyone's very passionate about this, and I want to be respectful of everyone. I want to make sure that everyone feels heard. So please, I get it. So if you could just please. Thank you. You may proceed. Thank you.
And like I said, that position has been given to you by a holy and righteous God, and you will stand before him and give an account on the decision that you guys make today. And if you guys go forth with this and have this city as an abortion sanctuary, God will name every single baby to you by name on the day of judgment. Because these are human beings. These are human beings, and they deserve equal rights and respect.
Please hold your vocal. Thank you. Apologize.
Thanks.
Okay.
That's time.
That's time.
Even though I got interrupted 3 times?
That's time.
Am I okay to interrupt them 3 times?
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
time.
that's what I thought.
Okay. That was the first one I want to show you. Let's go to the next one. They just had people speaking one after the other for a minute, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let me go to this one right here, 130:57. Okay.
Next
Nate
speaker,
Hargis.
please.
Nate Hargis, Lillian Klein, Crosby Nicholson, Marianne, Tessa Coker.
I'm going to show the video. Just give me a second.
Are we good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
Okay, I just want y'all guys to be aware that y'all guys are not voting on health care. Y'all are voting on whether or not to kill innocent children, and that's the problem here. Y'all guys are willing to protect everyone but the ones that cannot protect themselves. This is exactly what the Nazis did, was kill people for saying that they were not people. Y'all guys are allowing and voting for killing innocent children, ripping them apart limb from limb. And half of these children are born alive, so they are alive being ripped apart, and y'all are doing nothing about it. So honestly, tell me that you can sleep at night knowing that this is on your hands if you pass this bill. This is what you're voting for, not health care. Health care protects a life. If a woman walks into a hospital with 2 heartbeats, comes out with 1, that is not health care. You are not voting for health care or reproductive rights. You are voting to end a life that cannot defend itself. That in itself is murder. Murder is killing someone that cannot defend themselves and is not trying to harm you.
Thank you. Please hold your vocal opinions. Thank you.
So this is all building up to the moment that I'm going to show you, where this woman comes up and simply wants to pray, right? 133:10. Let me go here.
Lori Lee, Dr. Lisa Klein.
Loving your neighbor is not just to let them run full speed at a wall. Loving your neighbor is to give caution when it's needed. Jesus said that in the beginning they were made male and female. That is distinctly with the purpose of procreation. Procreation is, should not be looked at as reproductive rights. You suggest reproductive rights, really it's the slaughter of the innocent. Children are a gift for us to be able to steward and raise and have them go out and live for the glory of God. And when it comes to borders, borders have been around for a long time, since the beginnings of time, so we should respect them. Beyond these major issues, there's another issue of poor stewardship of city funds. It's important that we request an unbiased financial review of this policy. Not only is the cost, it's going to be a cost no matter what. If you pass this thing, you're going to get lawsuits from one side and lawsuits from the other side. You need to at least send this through for review to look at what you're going to cost us. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is all prior to the moment. And let me show you the moment now. I want you to pay attention how demons literally manifest. I want you to pay attention. Unless you're driving a truck right now, do not look at the screen. Look at the road. Look at the road, bruh. Just look, watch the replay. All right. Let's go here.
Next speaker.
Taryn Swain.
Hi, I'm Taryn Swain. I'm a mother of 6, and the Ventura County Public School socially transitioned my daughter without my consent. I'm come here today to offer nothing but prayer, and I want to lift up my Father in heaven. Father God, I just come to you in Jesus' name. I pray, Father, that you would tear down the strongholds in this place. I pray, Father, that you would raise up the men in this room. Stop.
Did you see that woman right there? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Look at this woman right here.
Pray, Father.
Look at this woman. You see the Past Care Protect Ventura sign right here? Can you watch her, please? Let me rewind it. Can you watch her, please?
I'm come here today to offer nothing but prayer, and I
watch that yellow sign, please.
want to lift up my Father in heaven. Father God, I just come to you in Jesus' name. I pray, Father, that you would tear down the strongholds in this place. I pray, Father, that you would raise up the men in this room.
Stop.
I pray, Father.
Did you see that demon manifest, or am I tripping? I know I ain't tripping, because that's a demon.
Father, that you would
stop.
I pray that you would raise up
the time. Speaker.
Everybody on this. Everybody.
Stop.
Yep.
Stop. Thank you. We don't do prayer. Please finish your comments.
We don't do prayer. Please finish your comments. We don't do prayer. Karen in the background talking about some hallelujah to that statement. The mayor said we don't do prayer. Karen in the background praising, talking about hallelujah, we don't do prayer. Y'all some demons. I've never heard a mayor say that before in my life. If she has a minute to speak, you've given her a minute to speak on this. Why is she unable to pray in that minute that you've given her to speak before the city council? Somebody help me understand that.
Finish your comments. Finish your comments, please. You have 28 seconds.
And I do pray all this in the name of the Jesus, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you.
Jesus is the King of Kings, and he is the Lord of Lords. And I pray that all the high places here will be torn down in the name of Christ. Jesus is the Lord of Lords, and every knee will bow.
Your time is up. Thank you. Your time is up.
Bow.
Thank you.
I'm glad she stood on business. Because when the mayor first interrupted her, I thought she was just going to stop. It seemed like she was just going to stop. I'm glad she stood on business. I'm glad she kept going. You do have some Christians in the building saying amen. So obviously it's not just completely one-sided. But you can clearly see the division. You can clearly see the demonic forces in that room. And even I was watching this, right? And this woman, it was like one of the first women that went up to the panel to speak. You know, she thanked the people who were there and the council members who were there. And she said, "Hey, so-and-so, you go to my church. I'm praying that you make the right decision." So you have a council member who was there, who is supposedly supposed to be a Christian, supposed to be going to church. Now, I know I get it. I understand just because you go to church don't mean you actually believe. Because there's some deceiving spirits who be showing up to church just to deceive. I get it. But this is absolutely wild, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Once again, I want to make this clear. What does this mean for the residents of Ventura, right? If approved, Ventura would become one of the most progressive cities in California in terms of protecting reproductive rights, immigrants, LGBTQ individuals. Local police and city officials would be restricted from assisting in federal enforcement of actions that contradict the policy's protections. And as I said before, this gives protection to providers, medical providers. It gives them protection explicitly when it comes to gender affirming care, so that there can be no legal action taken against them either way. And this includes providers who are providing gender affirming care to children. This is the world that we live in right now. This is the world that we live in. This is the stuff that really goes down. This is what happens. This is what we're up against. You can't pray in a city council meeting because we don't do that here. This is the backlash that Christians face. Crazy stuff. He did. Jesus warned us about this. He did. Right? We're meeting today to discuss the city becoming the hub of abortion in California. We're meeting today to let y'all know that we do not value life in the womb whatsoever. That's why we are meeting today. Oh, but guess what? You can't pray because we're trying to do something good here. We're trying to enhance reproductive rights. We're trying to make sure these children who are born in the wrong bodies, we're trying to make sure that, if they go to the doctor and they chop it off and they just, a child, We trying to make sure that they have the legal protection from a provider standpoint so that they can do this work that needs to be done for the betterment of our community. We're trying to make sure that we can do everything that we possibly can to tell our local authorities not to comply with federal laws. And we're doing all of this to make a safer, more inclusive, more loving, less judgmental environment that is inclusive of everybody, except if you want to come up on a city council and start praying in the name of Jesus. We don't have any time or tolerance for that. Okay, Satan. I see what you doing. You getting real bold in these streets, Satan. You getting real bold out here. And you brought your demons with you, I see. All right. It's not a new fight. We know how this ends. So you right. He did warn us. You right. It's crazy to see. I appreciate the monthly partner, Victoria. I appreciate you. I got to do more with my memberships. I don't really know what to do with the memberships at this point in time. I see people are joining memberships. I don't know what to do with the memberships. I did a vlog yesterday, and we're going to get to the next topic. The next topic is equally as insane. The next topic is heartbreaking and insane also. We're going to get to that topic as well. But I see people doing memberships. I did a vlog yesterday. I kind of like vlogged. I have it. I didn't post it because I don't know if I want to post it. I don't normally show personal stuff and personal life and whatnot. But I might start posting those in the memberships. I don't know what to do from a membership standpoint. I really don't know what to do, but I thank you for the support. Let's hit these super chats real quick, and then we'll go to the next topic. Where we end at? Oh, I hear my little baby upstairs. He crying. Andrea! I might have woke up the baby. I'm sorry. So we could be loud now. Andrea! Just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. Stay blessed. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate you. I really do. Sean Donnelly. Praise Jesus that this can be a place where believers can come together in spirit. I see all your prayer warriors. Blessed to catch this live. Remember the prodigal son, y'all. Is so simple. Love you, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I get it. I get it. We're exhausted with Kanye. We're exhausted with some of the antics. We're exhausted with all this stuff, with the vulgarness. We're exhausted, but at the same time, y'all, bro, that dude is hurting. He is hurting. And I think he needs prayer. He needs a reminder. He needs a reminder that he can come back, that he can repent, that he can be forgiven. He needs a reminder. He needs a reminder that he doesn't have to try to fight all his perceived battles. And like I said, I'm not here to debate the validity of what he was saying. I don't know what's true and what's not true. But I'm trying to say, he needs a reminder, like we all need a reminder, that we don't have to fight our battles on our own. You know what I'm saying? We have a God who loves us, who cares for us. We just need to abide in him, wait on him. Appreciate you, Sean. Levon Peanut. It could be hard driving third, but I'll pull over if I need a quick 15, 30-minute rest. Definitely do it for my wife and for kids. Christ is king thing. That's what I'm saying. I know you be doing it for your family because that's a tough job. I know you be doing it for your family. And that's why I'm saying I pray for you. And I know it's tough too, like the time being away from your family. I know it's probably tough. Because I remember like my dad, he was out and he was working, he was away. And I know that puts a strain on your heart. I'm sure that probably puts a strain on your household to a certain capacity. But, I'm just praying that you're reminded of just the blessing that it is to be able to provide for your family in that way. And I just want to say I respect it 1,000 times. I respect it. All right. And I'm just praying blessings for you and your family. And once again, bro, Levon out here dropping supers. like he ain't at work or something. That boy must have pulled over for that 15, 30 minutes. He said, I appreciate the recent consistency. Gives me something to watch, current news, and Bible, the perfect balance for me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm trying. You know, a lot of these topics are hard to tackle, especially the political topics. And some of y'all be getting on me about the political topics, but this is stuff that's really going on right now. And I'm trying to tackle it. I don't think there's a lot of people who are trying to tackle it. I'm not trying to act like I'm like, you know, special or nothing, but I am trying to stretch and I'm trying to tackle these topics and do it in a biblical way. Sometimes I fall, sometimes I don't always hit the mark, but, you know, I'm trying. Now, let's get to this story, bro. Let me make sure I got all my stuff pulled up here. Let me see what's her name? Wheaton. That's her name. Okay. I appreciate you for the membership. I really do. I'm gonna do something with it. You know what? I'm gonna post the vlog today for the members. For those of you who are joining the memberships, I'm gonna post the vlog in the membership today. I'll do that today. I'll also post it on Patreon for y'all as well. But I'll try to give you more value than just like, this is my life. Cause I'm not like a vlogger, but I'm just trying to do like more behind the scenes type stuff. But I'll try to give you guys some more value because I don't want to like do like weird stuff behind a paywall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to like do Bible studies behind a paywall when I could just do Bible studies. Like, I don't want to like you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what to do. But I appreciate y'all. Okay, let's get to it. This is a crazy story. I'm not sure if you've heard about it or not. You know, I saw this video. I saw this video of a young woman. Saw this video of just this young woman. It's still baffling to me. And you know, she was selling a prayer journal. You know, somewhere to write down your prayers, somewhere to read devotionals, a place that you can jot down your thoughts and be encouraged and reminded of God's love, right? Nothing wrong with that. You know, I see people selling prayer journals and I see people selling faith-based, you know, journals and whatnot all the time. Nothing wrong with that. The only thing that kind of struck me as interesting is the timing. I was trying to figure out if the fire alarm was on in my house or not. I hear like whistling. Anyway, the only thing that struck me was the timing. This is from LA Times. It says Instagram influencer charged in fatal July 4th wreck on PCH. She was ordered to wear an ankle monitor. Right? It says lifestyle influencer Summer Wheaton has built a brand on Instagram around beauty, product recommendations, and faith-based positive affirmations. That sounds a little pagan, but okay. On Monday, a Superior Court official ordered her to don an unattractive new accessory, an alcohol monitor bracelet. The order was made in connection to the deadly car crash Wheaton is charged with causing when she collided with another driver on PCH on July 4th. Wheaton, 33, did not speak during her court appearance, but for her attorney, Elon Burke, entered a not guilty plea to charge of gross vehicular manslaughter and causing great bodily harm while intoxicated. It says the charges stem from a 4th of July party at Nobu, Malibu last year. Wheaton left the party in Malibu and was driving 81 miles per hour when she collided head on because she was driving on the opposite road. She was driving going towards oncoming traffic. She's on the wrong side of the road. She was driving 81 miles an hour, collided head on with a vehicle driven by ride-hail driver Martin Okiki. I guess there were some very famous people at this party that she was leaving. Wiz Khalifa, Mike Tyson, Lonzo Ball, other people like that, right? Just before arriving at the party, Wheaton posted a photo of herself and a guest in her 2019 Mercedes-Benz. Though she arrived with a guest, Wheaton left alone with a blood alcohol level of 0.1, according to the court records. The legal limit is 0.08. It said the person that she hit head on was traveling with a teenage passenger. Wheaton crossed the center divider, crashed into his vehicle. He died in the crash. His passenger survived. This happened on July 4th. And she must have, I don't know who her lawyer is. I don't know who she got. I don't know who she got as her attorney. But she killed somebody after driving drunk and was ordered to wear an ankle monitor. That's pretty interesting. July 4th, that happened, right?
You know that feeling?
That leads me to this video right here. This was in December. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So not even 6 months after the deadly crash that you caused as a result of driving drunk, not even 6 months after that, this is what she posted. Let's just have a conversation here. Let me play the video.
When life feels like it's all falling apart, but somehow it's the start of something really beautiful. Well, that was me. The last few months have been hard. I went through moments where I truly didn't know how I'd pull through. But in the chaos, something shifted. I was reminded of a deeper truth, that beautiful things can bloom out of despair. Sometimes it's in those broken places where faith takes root and grows stronger. I found myself coming back to this idea, though. What if I had written down the desires of my heart? Not just for a perfect...
Now, let me say this. She pleaded not guilty, right? She pleaded not guilty. She pleaded not guilty. But the involvement is not up for discussion. She was involved in the crash. She was the driver that struck the car head on. The other driver that was hit lost his life. I just had to say that.
Perfect day, but as a way of handing it all over to God, trusting Him with the details while staying intentional about my goals and habits. I just wish that I had had this planner sooner. It's been such a game changer, helping me stay inspired, grounded, and aligned. Faith and intentionality can create something so beautiful, and it all starts with one small step or one blank page. I wanted you all to experience the same shift I had, so I've made it available for you. Enjoy your new planner with Template to Life.
Okay. Let me see if I can articulate this in a graceful way. You're involved in a car accident. That's not up for discussion. Your car crashed, your car goes over the center divider. It already says that your alcohol limit was above the legal limit when you were operating your vehicle. You strike another car. The passenger dies in the car that you struck, right? That's not up for discussion, right? Although she pled not guilty. That is what it is. That's what happened, right? You make a video and you say that you're going through, and this is less than 5 months after this happened. You make a video, you show the scar on your arm. You show the scar on your arm from the accident. You make a video saying that you've been going through a tough time. Okay, I rightfully so. That's beyond tough. That's a very difficult time. You're going through a tough time, right? We get it. Okay, but where are you going to lead this into? You talk about God, you talk about how he can, be there for you and all this type of stuff, which is true. He still is going to be there for you. He can still forgive you and that type of stuff. Okay, cool. But where are you leading this into? Then you lead it into your faith-based journal. So you literally took a situation where somebody passed away and you used it as a springboard to launch your faith-based product. This is what I'm gathering from this situation. This is what I'm gathering from this situation. Not only that, but you're manipulating faith in a way from the standpoint of true biblical faith. You're manipulating it in a way to where you're mixing it with this new age type of belief system. You're mixing it with this type of manifestation type of belief system. All in an effort to sell a product. She said, I'm not trying to pick on her. I just think it's mind blowing that people operate like this out in the open, out in public, on social. Y'all really be operating like this. Somebody literally lost their life. Right? You were driving drunk. You were involved in that accident where somebody lost their life. You were driving drunk. And you're making this all about, it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me. It's so hard for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so confused. God help me. Okay, great. Go to God. But guess what? Somebody literally lost their life. They're not here anymore. You are. So what do? You launch a product. Do we not have any compassion? Do we not have any discernment? Do we not have any thought of, there's real people hurting. There's a family who's hurting. There's a mother who lost her son, potentially. There's a father who lost his son, potentially. This is a real human being who was taken off of this earth. It's not all about us. And sadly enough, it was by way of our actions that caused it. But she talking about how you feel after writing down all your manifestations, and then after 24 hours, it worked. I'm just confused. I'm confused.
You may not believe this, but your miracle is right on the other side of your lowest moment. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I've experienced it. through seasons of like being super positive and being like, yeah, everything is gonna happen. Through seasons where, all right, God, I'm still waiting for you. What's going on? And that's when doubt started to creep in. And then I had to go through like peace, where I just prayed and prayed and prayed until I felt some level of peace. And a lot of people relate that to like the Holy Spirit kind of filling you up and letting you know that God takes you through certain like mental warfare with yourself because he's molding you and shaping you into the person that you need to be to get the blessing that you're asking for. Every time we get something a little premature, we fumble it. You know, like, let's just be honest, we fumble stuff, relationships, opportunities, money. When you think it's time to give up, right in that moment of defeat, right in that moment where you're like, God, I have no more strength, no more courage, no more wisdom, no more faith, you release it. And as soon as you release it, that's when God is right on the other side to be like, all right, girl, I'll pick you up.
Listen, I don't want to tear her down. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to tear her down. I don't. I really don't. I genuinely do not want to tear her down. But if I am perceiving this story to be correct in my understanding, it seems extremely problematic and extremely insensitive and extremely heartbreaking just all around. And as I said, I do not want to tear her down, but I say this with all due respect. You need to go sit down. Like, get off of social media. Get off of social media for a second. I know this happened 4th of July. Like, I still say like, yo, because what I'm seeing, it doesn't convey any sort of compassion for the other side that lost their life in this whole situation. It just kind of seems like an opportunity to use this pain that you're going through to make some bread and run it up. That's what it seems like to me, if I am perceiving and discerning this situation accurately. If I am not, I apologize, because like I said, I don't want to tear you down, but this seems very, very strange and sketchy. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm not saying that God cannot redeem. And this is the same thing that we were talking about with Kanye. Yeah, God can absolutely redeem you. He can redeem you. But like, you know, we got to repent. We do have to repent. We have to stop chasing the things of this world. You know, we have to be reminded that our actions actually have real consequences. And sometimes those consequences can quite literally be the death of another person. And I don't know what's going on in her heart. I can only speculate, right? But the fruit of what's being, you know, presented, it look a little off. Y'all can call me judgmental. Y'all can call me what you want to call me, but yeah, somebody lost their life. Somebody lost their life. And we're selling faith-based journals and positive affirmation journals after somebody lost their life in a drunk driving car crash, to which you are still here. Like, once again, because I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued. These are charges, right? These are charges. These are charges. These are charges. These are charges. She's charged with it, right? She pleaded not guilty. 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 I'll say it again. She pleaded not guilty. Don't try to sue me. All right. These are charges. I get it. I'm just saying, from a level of compassion, I think we need to operate with more compassion as opposed to this constant entrepreneurial type of mindset of how we can benefit monetarily from the things that happen in our life, especially when those things have real impacts to the people around us. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all will understand this. Some of y'all won't. It is what it is. It is what it is. But no, it's a fact. Like, JB's trying to sue me and stuff. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, yo, why y'all trying to sue me? I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't do, you know what I'm saying? I just, come on. Come on. I don't know. You said it. I know. But once again, I don't want to tear her down, man. I'm not trying to sit here and like, you know, I'm not trying to sit here and tear down a black woman. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But, you know, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrong is wrong. Like, come on now. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Man. All right. I might get some paperwork from that one. Maybe not. Maybe not. If the prayer journals sell well, and maybe I might get some paperwork. I don't know. I'm thinking I might get some paperwork from that. I hope not. I saw this story, this church story, very messy story. I've been keeping tabs on it. I don't even know if I want to even talk about it. It's so messy. It's like one of those my pastor tried to hook up with me stories, and it's been going viral, and a lot of people are talking about it, and people are asking me what I think about it. And I'm not really prepared to talk about it because I have some conflicting views on the whole situation. Okay, 1 second. Let me pull this up. Oh, I'm kind of slow sometimes. Okay, let's go to this stuff real fast. Cindy Clementshire. Let's go here real fast. Okay. Just updates. Real quick. Okay, real quick. Just some updates on some stories that we've been following on the channel. Robert Morris, obviously we know what's going on with him, got indicted for child sex crimes stemming from a situation, well, multiple encounters allegedly that took place over 40 years ago. Yesterday, the accuser, or is that how you call it? The accuser? the victim. I don't want to be like disrespectful or insensitive. But Cindy Clemenshire, she testified in Austin. And I want to see what she said. I'm curious to know what she said.
Cindy Clemenshire, the woman at the center of the abuse case involving Robert Morris, the founding pastor of Gateway Church, is in Austin this morning. She's testifying on behalf of a bill involving abuse victims and civil court settlement agreements.
It wasn't until, even with years of counseling, that I could accept the term abuse. I was 35 the first time I truly accepted and believed that he abused me, that it was criminal.
Clemenshire was 12 years old when she says Morris,
I wish they would just play the whole clip.
who was a traveling preacher at the time, abused her. Morris surrendered to authorities on Monday and bonded out of jail on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts on a child. Today, Clemenshire was joined by a Dallas-based crime victim advocate who is pushing for a bill known as Trey's Law. The bill focuses on non-disclosure agreements. It would abolish the agreements in cases involving child sexual abuse and trafficking victims in civil settlements. Similar proposals have been filed by other North Texas lawmakers in the House and the Senate. Our J.D. Miles is in Austin and listened to Clemenshire's testimony.
Cindy Clemenshire spent about an hour testifying before the Texas House Judiciary Committee, along with several other child sex abuse victims. She talked about the ongoing criminal case involving former Gateway pastor Robert Morris. We're going to be talking with her after this committee meeting ends. Look for my reports from Austin coming up starting at 4. J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Okay, JD. Y'all could have just included the report in the video, though. Let me see if there's anything else. Here we go. I don't know how much we're gonna watch of this. I'm just curious what happened. Let's see.
Year-old who
Yes.
her husband was having sex with, right?
Correct.
How did you take that? What did that do to you?
Oh, wait, hold on. We missed some stuff right here.
As though I was the one at fault, even to the extent that Robert Morris's wife, Debbie, called to tell me she forgave me. So still trying to
Just
mature.
let's clarify that. The wife forgave you for being a 12-year-old who
Yes.
her husband was having sex with, right?
Correct.
How did you take that? What did that do to you?
Well, at 17 and then being family friends, I was thankful because I felt like I would done something wrong, and I had been treated though.
The wife forgave you? That's some next level spiritual manipulation right there.
As though I had done something wrong by Robert, like making me the guilty one or a part of something that I chose when I knew nothing. I mean, 82 was a very different time when we didn't carry computers around in our hands and we had 6 channels maybe on our televisions. So innocence was very different than it is now most of the time. But that journey from 17 to 37, it wasn't until, even with years of counseling, that I could accept the term abuse. I was 35 the first time I truly accepted and believed that he abused me, that it was criminal, and I understood what grooming was, and that changed the course of my journey to more healing, and there's anger, of course, involved in that. But I was having children. You know, I have 3 sons. They currently range from 17 to 32, and I also am a grandmother of 3. And I think that for a woman, I can only speak for myself and being a woman, but that journey involves protecting your children and how you do that and how much, I mean, feeling more shame if you talk about it publicly. We did privately go to people throughout the last however many decades, 3.5 decades, sharing.
Yo, that's crazy. Cause I'm sitting here trying to think, and I understand like people deal with stuff differently. People address things differently. People internalize certain events, especially traumatic events, differently. I can't expect somebody to respond in a similar manner to another person. Like everyone's different. But I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, how did this go for so many years without it coming up in some way, shape, or form? And now I'm kind of listening more and more to what she's saying. And once again, these are allegations. All right. All the attorneys watching, these are allegations, right? But I'm listening to more and more about what she's saying. And when you're a child, with that level of innocence, which is very interesting what she said, innocence looked different back then. Now we have these kids at 12 years old who have cell phones, who have social media, who are on TikTok, who are on Instagram, who are on YouTube. It's like they're exposed to a lot more. Innocence back then looked a lot different. So you have this child who is being allegedly abused, right? And then is being told by the wife of the abuser that she forgives you. So the wife is talking about, I forgive you. So then in the mind of a child, you're like, oh, it's me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm the problem. Because the pastor's wife is telling me that she forgives me, so I must have did something wrong. The level of, and I don't know, I'm just speculating the level of complicitness between Robert Morris and his wife. But if the wife knew, don't you think there's got to be some level of accountability from that standpoint also? Because you also allowed this man to continue in ministry for 40 plus years. And no telling what happened, allegedly, in those 40 plus years after the fact. My mind is genuinely blown.
With people in the pulpit in churches across the country about what he did to me and my family in hopes that they would take him out of the pulpit, because we knew legally there was really nothing we could do at that, the time of it. So it takes a lifetime, as Elizabeth said, to process and heal, but just to have the courage to come forward and speak openly to the world, I never would have been ready until now.
The chair recognizes Elizabeth Phillips. I have you here testifying on behalf of yourself for House Bill 748. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right, go ahead.
As you said, I'm Elizabeth Phillips. I'm from Dallas, Texas, District 101.
Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Well, maybe we might have missed this. Let me see what I missed here.
I jotted down a few things and trying to stay on track with this.
Take your time.
Okay. As you already know, I am Cindy Clemishire. I'm from Oklahoma. I grew up in a small town, Hominy, in Osage County. I am a survivor of child sexual abuse that occurred, that occurred between 1982 and 1987 when I was 12 to 17 years old. I was abused by Robert Morris, then a traveling evangelist who was married with one child, who went on to become the founding pastor of Gateway Church, one of the largest mega churches in America here in Texas. As I stated, the abuse started when I was 12 years old on Christmas night in 1982 while Robert Morris was staying in my family's home. The first time he made the premeditated decision to violate and defile my purity, he told me, and I quote, "You can never tell anyone because it will ruin everything." This abuse continued over and over and over until
more spiritual manipulation. More spiritual manipulation, because you feel like, and there's some people, because I'd be reading the comments, there are some people who don't even believe what she's saying at all. There are some people who don't even believe what she's saying at all. I'm not in that camp. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual abuse, once again, don't say anything because you'll ruin everything. Imagine how a 12-year-old is going to take that. The pastor is telling you don't say anything because you're going to ruin everything. Wouldn't you think as a child, like, you're going to ruin something that like God is involved in? Like, that is some wickedness right there. All for what? To satisfy your flesh? Like, allegedly.
Well, I finally told someone in 1987 at the age of 17. When I did finally tell someone, it seemed as though Robert Morris was right. It ruined everything. Friendships ended. Marriages of mutual family friends ended. My relationships with my parents, my siblings, friends, and others took a shift. And at 17 years old in 1987, I felt like as if it was all my fault. As I began the lifelong journey to sort through these emotional challenges, my life seemed to attract more shame, while Robert's attracted fame. Through decades of counseling off and on, seminars, books, and conversations with friends and family, I have found my way to understanding child sexual abuse, forgiveness, and healing. Part of that journey also involved a pursuit of financial restitution from Robert in 2007 at the age of 37, 20 years after I first told someone. My attorney at the time, Gittner Drummond, who is now the AG of Oklahoma, asked for $50,000 to cover past and future counseling. Robert Morris's attorney responded with a letter accusing an innocent 12-year-old Cindy of pursuing Robert, making Robert sound like the victim. The letter also offered a $25,000 settlement as long as I would sign an NDA, which I refused.
Why would you offer any money, and why would you have an NDA signed if there's, nothing that you are concerned would potentially damage your reputation?
That was 18 years ago. Because I refused to sign that document, giving up the right to freely speak about events in my life, last Wednesday, March 12th of 2025, almost 43 years after my abuse began, Robert Morris was indicted in Oklahoma on 5 counts of lewd acts with a child.
Can I say something? Allegedly? Can I say something? Allegedly? How many people you think signed that NDA? I might get in trouble with that one. But how many people you think signed that NDA? Allegedly. I'm just thinking.
Which each carry 20 years in prison. And he turned himself in to authorities just 2 days ago in Osage County in Oklahoma. Because I refused to sign an NDA, my abuser is finally being held accountable for the horrific crimes he committed against me as a child. Because I refused to sign the NDA at the age of 37, I am able to sit here at the age of 55 and share my story and be the voice for so many people who don't have the courage to come forward in hopes that I can help them.
Ms. Clemshire, I had a chance to see you come speak at a SNAP conference almost a year ago now.
August of last year.
For those that didn't get to see it, you had this incredible visual of a piece of luggage. And it caught me in the way that you drug that luggage across the stage. And with that visual, can you tell the people that are listening to you today what you meant by carrying that luggage?
Yes, as I talked about just a few minutes ago, the shame that my life continued to attract, that was what I decided to use to show people. Like when I left home at 18 to go to college, I carried with me shame that I really couldn't even begin to understand.
So here's the thing, because a lot of people, and this goes back to the other story I was talking about previously, where there's this story that's going viral about this girl talking about how her pastor was trying to hook up with her and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people in the comments of that story who were saying like, see, this is why I don't go to church. This is why I don't go to church. This is why I'm not a Christian. This is why I don't believe in God. This is why I don't trust the Bible. A lot of people are saying that. And I'm sure there's a handful of people who probably see this story and they probably have this a similar sentiment in their hearts, right? You got to understand something. Stop worshiping these preachers. Stop worshiping these preachers. Stop worshiping these pastors. Stop worshiping these people who have influence from a spiritual standpoint in this Christian industry. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. If anything, what you should be doing is praying for them. You should be praying for them. Pray for them. Pray that they themselves do the will and work of God. Because what tends to happen is we see this happen more times than we would like, is that these influential figures, they fall. They fall. Because they are not acting as proper representations of Christ. They're not acting as ambassadors of Christ, and they fall. And when they fall, there's a handful of people that go with them, that fall away from the faith, that are confused, that have questions, that blame God for these situations, that blame the church and Jesus for these situations that take place because they're unable to separate the two. That's why it's so important. You have to seek God for yourself. The Bible says if you knock, the door will be answered. You have to seek God for yourself. You have to come into a relationship with God for yourself. And we are blessed to even have that opportunity. We are blessed to even be in that position. We are blessed that God even came down, put on this flesh suit, and died for us so that we could have the opportunity to be saved. That's what you have to anchor onto. Don't anchor onto a pastor. Don't anchor onto a person. I'm not telling you not to get discipleship. I'm not telling you not to, go to church. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying you have to know where your faith is anchored. Because all of this stuff, it's very unfortunate, but the devil is eating it up. The devil loves this type of stuff. The devil does. The devil does. He loves it. Eating it up. Eating it up. Because he knows it's going to cause division. He knows it's going to cause dissension. He knows it's going to cause confusion. He knows all of this stuff. That's why I'm saying, pray for your, quote, spiritual leaders in whatever capacity that might look like, right? Pray for these individuals because there's some real stuff. There's some real spiritual forces that are pursuing them. And the devil wants these individuals to fall. Now, I'm not making excuses for potential wrongdoing from the standpoint of Robert Morris. I'm not making excuses and saying, oh, well, he was, under XYZ and spiritual attack. I'm not making excuses for his actions. The fact of the matter is, if this is true, if these allegations are true, the fact of the matter is, it's disgusting, it's despicable, and it's terrible that you would put somebody through that, especially at such a young age, and warp their perception, pervert their perception, and manipulate them spiritually in that way. That's wicked. That's sinful. You need to repent. But I'm just saying, it is a real thing. Like, the devil wants these people to fall because it makes the perception look bad from the church standpoint, from a Christian standpoint, to the world. Like, a lot of us understand, like, these are just people, these are just men, these are just women, whatever it is. Like, a lot of us understand that, but to the world, they be using this stuff as an excuse for them not to get right with God, as an excuse for them not to get close to God. They be using stuff like this to justify it. And that justification, in their mind, it works for them. Anyway, that was longer than I thought I was going to spend on this topic, but there it is. Um, yeah. Yo, Alan be spitting. Alan McClain be spitting. He said, pastors and preachers aren't untouchable and without fault. Some haven't gotten caught yet. And some are really pure at heart. Yet. Yet. And here's the thing. Listen. There are some pastors who are pure in heart. Not to say that they're perfect, but they're pure in heart and they're pursuing God. Like, you know, when it says like after a man after God's own heart, there are some pastors who are in that position. Absolutely. Absolutely. But just like you said, there's also some pastors who are doing some stuff behind the scenes. And it will come to light. And here's the thing. Honestly, it would be better for them. And it would be better for all of us. Let's just put the microscope on all of us. It would be better for all of us if those things came to light while we were still on earth, so that we can repent and turn away from those things and ask for forgiveness. Because the Bible does say, you know, people going to be coming and didn't I do this? Didn't I prophesy? Didn't I do this in your name? Didn't I do this? Depart from me. I never knew you. It's too late. It's too late. Can I get into like a story that I want to talk about, but I'm not 100% prepared to talk about because I was spending the majority of my time preparing for the Kanye and the city council and preparing for the other story. And I didn't have enough time to fully prepare about this story. So I don't really know the direction of where it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be fruitful or not. I don't know what's going to come out of it. Can I go there, or should I just end stream? What do y'all think? Can I go there, or should I just end stream? Because there is like a story that I saw that's kind of a follow-up to a video that I made. He says, sure, why not? Just say it. No, because sometimes y'all be getting on me like, yo, you got to know everything. You got to do this. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not fully prepared, but I seen this story. Okay, give me a second. Let me pull up an article. It's about Tiana Taylor. Because I made that video about Tiana Taylor, and then like it took off a little bit, but I noticed there was a lot of conversation in the comments. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see. Wing it. Okay, hold on. Let me find an article that I can kind of, I have a video, but let me find an article that I can kind of base it on. And I don't know if I want to do TMZ. I don't want to do TMZ. Let me find something different. Okay. I don't even know if I wanted to play this. Okay, let's go here. That's how you know we finna start. Let's go here. All right, let's go here. Tiana Taylor. We just talked about Tiana Taylor recently. Tiana Taylor, she received an award at the Essence Award. I don't know exactly what they were doing. It was something about honoring Black women within the entertainment industry, and she received an award. And, you guys saw the video, I'm assuming, or maybe you did not see the video, but she gave praise to Jesus Christ. She prayed, and you know, I thought it was a beautiful message that she gave. But then also, I said during that video that, you know, I just pray that God gives her eyes to see the realities from a spiritual standpoint that are facing her being a part of the entertainment industry. That's what I said, right? Now there's a story that's kind of going and getting some traction about her divorce from her ex-husband, Amon Shumpert, who used to play in the NBA, right? And I saw some stuff and I wanted to react to some stuff. And I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be posted because I don't know what she's going to say in this video. But let me just play the video. Let's read some articles. Let's have a conversation because I do have some things to say. All right. Let's start here. Let's start here.
What if I want to get my back blown out in peace? You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be
I apologize for the language. Like I said, I apologize.
real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private. I'm going to give you one even better. We went to mediation that he did not show up to. Mediation avoids you from going to court. Sorry, my phone's dying. Mediation is for you to figure it out before you even have to take it to court. I'm not negotiating nothing. I don't want to da-da-da-da, boom, 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 boom. Now we got to go to court. Cool. We'll go to court because we can't figure it out. He won't show up to mediation. I'm stuck paying for that. Bet. Cool. We got to go to court. My biggest mistake, but something that I don't regret, was giving him the amount of grace that I gave him because it only backfired on me. It only backfired on me because I gave a man grace who didn't give it back. So for y'all sitting there saying she want to see the father of her children in jail, I never said that. But most importantly, as the mother of his children, I told him I didn't feel safe. Niggas is saying, yeah, because if I was Shump, I would have offed that bitch. She would have to take her to see the king and da-da-da-da. I'm literally getting threats by grown men. By grown men. What if I want to?
Okay, it took me a lot to keep a straight face when she first said that. I'm not going to play it again. I don't know how this got so messy. A lot of things are going through my head right now. I don't know why this is so messy. And once again, I'll say this and I'm going to say it again and I'm going to keep saying it because I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand. You don't have to get on social media. Even if somebody is airing you out on social media, even if somebody is dragging you on social media and doing you dirty on social media, you don't have to get out on social media and speak on everything and respond to everything and defend yourself over everything that people are saying on social media. There is a time and a place. There is a time and a place. And this might sound extremely ironic from the dude who literally talks on social media on a daily basis, but there is a time to remain silent and just let God work it out. There is a time for that. And like I said, I don't know the full extent of the messiness that's going on, but I do know just naturally, divorce is messy. Divorce is messy, right? It says Tiana Taylor accuses Amon Shumpert of leaking their divorce settlement to the media. Tiana Taylor might have finalized her messy divorce with Iman Shumpert June 7th after 6 years of marriage, but their legal war is far from over. The 34-year-old Independent Spirit Award nominee wants their divorce judge to hold the 34-year-old rapper in contempt of court, lock him up for 20 days, and hit him with the maximum fines for allegedly leaking sealed details of their settlement to the media, according to TMZ Hip Hop. Tiana's legal team claims she was getting online hate over being awarded 4 properties by the court. I did see that. So she was awarded 4 properties by the court, while Iman was awarded only 3. Including a Miami condo she said he originally gifted to her. Taylor was awarded a tour bus, which she claims she paid for, as well as a Maybach she bought after Shumpert crashed and totaled and abandoned her Rolls Royce without replacing it. It says GQ's former sexiest couple on earth. That's what they said. I ain't say that. But that's what GQ said, right? They shared 2 daughters, Junie and Rue, and Iman reportedly pays $8,000 a month in child support. Okay. Before they settled, Taylor accused Shumpert of withdrawing nearly $4 million from their shared account, leaving her a $200,000 bill for home renovations, being under the influence around their kids, and cutting off the utilities at their family home. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to even try to get into the whole divorce thing because this is all like he said, she said stuff, and I have no idea. Like, I'm not there. I wasn't there. I have no idea what happened. Obviously, some stuff went down. They got divorced. Obviously, you know, my heart breaks for their children because now they have to do this whole situation, this whole blended situation. But here's what I do want to say. Because I'm thinking about what I saw her pray, and I'm thinking about her prayer when she got that award and everything. And I'm just thinking, at some point, when you're professing faith in Jesus, at some point, you have to allow him to be Lord of your life. You have to allow him to transform your mind. You have to allow him to deliver you from the bondage of your past life and your past decision making. You have to allow that to happen. You have to allow that to happen. And I think this just goes back to even furthermore the whole Kanye situation that we were talking about. This constant desire and this constant need for us to have to defend ourselves. You have to understand that God is not an absent father. He sees everything. He knows what's going on. Even deeper, God knows what's going on in your heart. He knows the things that you can't even see. He knows the things that you're not telling people. He knows all of those things. He knows all of those things. At some point, you have to trust that even if you feel like there's wrongdoing taking place against you on this earth, you have to trust that God is going to work it out however he works it out. And who knows what that's going to look like? That may be a period of confusion. That may be a season of confusion. That may be a season of, I don't know what the heck is happening, but I'm just going to hold on tight to God. At some point, you just have to let go. And I'm not trying to be like cheesy and corny, but at some point, you do have to let go of these battles that you're fighting, because ultimately, you're only hurting yourself. And even further than that, you're just hurting the people around you as well. Like, this is already a messy situation from the children's perspective. I could imagine. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I could imagine, as someone who has 4 kids, myself, I could imagine it's already a tough situation for a child to have to go through their mom and dad separating. And now you have the fact that you're talking about, and once again, I'm trying to be nicer. I'm trying to be more compassionate. I'm trying to be more loving. All right. I'm getting a little more mature. But at some point, when you're on the internet talking about you want to get your back blown out in peace, you got to understand that that stuff is going to live forever on the freaking internet. And you have children. We got to let go of that past life. We have to submit to the will of God and trust that he's going to work it out. We have to. We can't sit here. And you remember I told y'all, man, oh man, I went through years. And this is why I can like resonate. I went through years of being lukewarm. And some people don't like that term. Some people don't like that term. But shoot, I could resonate with it. I went through years of being lukewarm. Years of it. And I can resonate. But after a certain amount of time, you have to make a decision, because you can't be lukewarm forever. Because after a certain amount of time, your heart gets to a place where it becomes hardened, and you start to lean on your own understanding. You start to lean on your own wisdom. You start to lean on your own counsel. And you start to seek God less and less and less and less. That's why people be saying, like, people always say, oh, like, I'm having trouble hearing from God, or like, you know, all this type of, like, well, you gotta check what's going on in your heart. You gotta check what's going on in your own life. You gotta check and really, you know, look deep and identify, are there some roadblocks that you are putting between you and God that is preventing you from hearing him? You can't always just put it on God. We gotta take some accountability ourselves. God already did everything that he said he was going to do. He already saved us. He already did his part. And we didn't even deserve that part. We didn't even deserve it in the first place, but he already did it. But yet you're still expecting more. I'm not saying that he's not going to bless you here on this earth. That's not what I'm saying, but it's the attitude. It's the heart posture that you have. You got to check that. We got to be real with ourselves. So, look, I don't want to sit here and gossip too much. That just really affected me because I was watching her talk about, you know, God, and I was watching her talk about her prayer and stuff like that. And, you know, I just prayed that she just gives it to God. That's what I pray. That's what I pray. And I know these things get messy, especially when you're talking about 6 properties and you're talking about millions of dollars. Like, it's easy for us to get up in our feelings, and whatever, rightfully so, right? Like, y'all feel like you worked hard for that. And who am I to tell you that you did not work hard for what you got? Like, rightfully so, but don't make it an idol. Don't prioritize the stuff over the creator of the stuff. Because God can replace it. God can replace those items, the monetary items, the things of this world. God can replace it. Anywho, Isabel, praying for her to find God and get rid of people influencing her. Amen. 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 That's all y'all get out of me. I done said way too much. I'm expecting multiple emails in my email inbox next morning. I'm expecting multiple, because y'all done got me in trouble. And now what's going to happen? Now what am I going to do? Huh? What am I going to do then? I'm going to be putting the fries in the bag. You want Chick-fil-A sauce with that? Hey, no disrespect to the people at Chick-fil-A, but I'm going to be putting the fries in the bag. Yo, you want the large fry? You want the Shamrock Shake? Hey, no disrespect. I used to work in fast food, but you know, y'all done got me into some conversations today. What's today? Thursday? Same time, same place tomorrow. 8:15 a.m. I seen some of y'all talk about p.m. No, 8:15 a.m. Same time, same place tomorrow. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Did I miss any super chats? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I did. Let me see. Let's go here real quick, and then we're done. Then we're done. Monty, are you still hiring? God bless. Much love. Okay. I mean, like, I'm always hiring, but like, I literally, I got rid of a lot of people. There's one point we had several people, and I felt bad because I got rid of all of them. And it wasn't anything that they were doing necessarily. It was more so like I didn't have a clear direction as to like what I wanted to do. The one thing that I am looking for is like really somebody that can help from like a PR standpoint. There's different people that I want to talk to. There's different interviews that I would love to have. So just having somebody that could help kind of reach out to those people and help to coordinate those interviews and kind of help foster those relationships, that would be incredible. And then also really at a high level, I'm looking for a producer, like somebody who can lead creative projects from an operational standpoint. So somebody who can lead a creative project. So say, for example, if we have an idea for a new show that we want to do, somebody who can coordinate from A to Z everything that we need to do in order to get that show from idea to screen. So those are the two people that I'm really looking for, but I haven't really actively started to really press. But that's what comes to mind. Okay. But I appreciate you, Monty. Big Blue. Steve Cannon talking about Trump third term. I seen it. Steve Bannon. He was. I was going to react to it. I might save it for tomorrow. I did see that, though. You should react to it, bro. Hey, go check out Big Blue's channel. He makes videos, Christian, man of God. Go check out his channel. Go support his channel. We got to do the panel again. I was thinking about our other brother. We got to do the panel with him as well. Neotech, no accountability on steroids. So sad. The heartless is sickening from her. The heartlessly is sickening from her. I think I know what you're talking about. Listen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm that's just assuming that I don't know. You're talking about the car crash story that we talked about. Yeah. He is. I'll ask him. Oh, I was thinking about you, bro. I've been thinking about you a lot. I have been. We got to do something. I would love to do something else. We probably should do something. Cause I love your perspective. I loved everybody's perspective on the panel podcast, but I don't know. You've been on my mind. Anyway, shout out to Nessa. She always, Nessa, Nessa, where you been? You said sign me up. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I'm not like an easy person to work for because like I have a lot of ideas. This is me just being completely honest with you guys. I have a lot of ideas. It's the execution of those ideas that I struggle with. So I need help with people coming together and executing on those ideas. And I'm very I don't know. I'm kind of difficult to work with. I'm not saying I'm like abusive or nothing like that, but I'm just saying like, you know, I'm not like one of those like hover and like, nah, it's like, I'm trusting that y'all gonna get the work done and we're all gonna be adults, like type of thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm out. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Same time, same place. I'm out.